Coming up this week on Money Makes It Weird, it is an introduction of the newest team member to Fox Financial. We're going to be introducing to you to Joanne and telling you all about the newest team member and how she can help you with your money and when it can get weird. That's all coming up next. Welcome to this edition of Money Makes It Weird. I'm the professional talking head, Matt Hayes, and this gentleman somewhere over in the Brady Bunch boxes over here is
Chris Fox.
That's right, Chris Fox, certified financial planner from Fox Financial. That's right. We have to get that correct to make sure compliance. Hello to compliance over at IPC head office. Got to make sure we got to keep them happy and all. Glad to have Chris, the certified financial planner, the one of the top. I would argue to say the top in Alberta, though. I would say so.
Love it.
Him and his team. And speaking of his team, Chris, I see we have a third person joining us here today.
We have Joanne.
The newest member of the team, Joanne Miechowicz. I said that correct?
Close. Yep. You got a few points.
All right. How do we get that? All right. You got to correct me.
Listeners want to know.
Miechowicz. I'm sorry.
There
Joanne
you go.
Miechowicz.
Yes.
See, what's funny is that I get paid to speak and say names, and I get them horribly wrong. I get the one thing I'm supposed to get right.
It's a hard
I know
one.
that. So. But Joanne joining us, welcome to Money Makes It Weird. We're glad to have you. You are the newest team member to Fox Financial.
I am. Thanks for having me.
You are teamed up here now with Chris, and we wanted to bring you on and kind of chat with you a little bit. And since, a lot of Chris's clients are going to be chatting with you as well, the two of you have partnered on up. So we wanted to chat with you a little bit, learn a little bit about you and how you and Chris are working. So we thought it'd be kind of fun to have you on. Yeah, this is going to be great.
Welcome, Joanne.
So, this is going to be fun. So
20 feet that way.
The magic of the internet. The magic of the internet that way. All right. So enough of the two men speaking, because we hear enough about men speaking all the time. So Joanne, tell us about yourself. Give us a little bit of an insight into who you are.
Yeah. So I actually started in the industry in 2009 with a large advisory team in Edmonton, where I was fortunate to work with and be mentored by some of the top leaders in the industry. And that's kind of where my passion for the financial industry section kind of came from. And from there, I had two children while I was working there. And my husband and I had a third child while I was working there. And then at that time, it was a lot to travel downtown. I live in a small town outside of Edmonton and Beaumont. And so I just wanted to still focus on my career and building it and growing it and education. And just wanted to do that more locally in Beaumont. So I teamed up with a team there in Beaumont for a few years. And then fast forward, my youngest now is 13, 17, and my oldest is 23. And
Impossible.
I joined IPC on the corporate side where I met Chris.
I love that. Now, Chris, how did you end up meeting Joanne?
Well, she was working for IPC head office in my office. They were subtenants, and we had a couple of meetings together way back when, and it was great working with her, and then she left.
Oh.
So that was about 5 years ago.
I still remember the educational piece on bonds that you were giving to the clients in our meeting that day, and that'll always stick with me. It was something that I learned for sure that day.
It's fun working with joint meetings with other advisors, right? Because I can remember the same thing with another guy way back when, Jerry Zachariason, who just recently retired, but he, same kind of thing. I think I may have even learned that bond presentation from him.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
You never know what you're going to remember about somebody from years past. It's the bond presentation that we remember more than anything.
Exciting bonds. Everyone loves talking about bonds.
Exactly. All right. So let's fast forward a little bit then. Chris, when did you decide to bring on a new team member? And then how did this new thing happen then?
So as many of my clients will know, I've had a few turns at trying to bring on a partner or someone that would eventually become a partner. And for various reasons, it didn't work out. For a long period, I was maintaining status quo. I was just nurturing my client base. I wasn't really growing too much. And then I'm like, snap out of that because, I like to grow.
Mhm.
And once I got into that phase, I knew quite quickly that I needed help. So, first person I actually thought about was Joanne. I called her. I said, let's go for a coffee. And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, what? She was really positive and excited to go for coffee. And I'm like, what does she know that I don't know?
Mm.
And we had a coffee, hit it off, had coffees over a few months, I would say. Hey, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure we're all on the same page, going in the same
Mhm.
direction. Too much happening in the office for me to manage on my own. So,
Yeah.
thankfully, Joe is excited to come over.
I love that. So,
Yeah.
Joanne, what made you decide then to go, I want to partner with this guy?
Yeah, so the team that I left when I was on the IPC corporate side, I actually was offered a position with a larger firm, more family office, so more institutional type of investing, private credit, private equity. Great learning opportunity. I knew it would be. Wouldn't change taking that opportunity for anything. But when Chris called, there were some deciding factors is as I grow and build as a person, it's what do I want at the end of the day? And at the end of the
Mhm.
day, like I want to be able to service my own clients and build my own practice and have my own practice. And Chris was offering me that opportunity, and our values aligned and our goals aligned. And it just kind of seemed like the perfect storm at the perfect time.
I love that.
I'm a
It's kind
storm.
of, yeah.
I think that's what you should get out of that.
Yeah, you are a you are a
Just like
storm.
behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I see that, yeah. You are a storm when you come on in, so I totally get that. No, I love it is kind of amazing how sometimes it's just that timing that way, 5 years ago is just, that meeting that happened, and then 5 years later, the
Mm-hmm.
paths cross again, and that's how it works out that way. So
Yep.
now that the 2 of you have partnered up, what does that look like then, the 2 of you working with clients there in the office? What does this partnership look like now that the 2 of you are, in the same office then? Let's start with you, Chris.
So far, it's been like 6 months, so it's pretty fresh. We've been
Mhm,
doing a lot of joint meetings with clients.
Mhm.
So Joe can get a feel about how I work and meet everybody, which has
yeah,
been fantastic. So clients are comfortable when they call in, they go, oh yeah, I can talk to Joe or I can talk to Chris. And that's pretty awesome.
I love that. How about you, Joanne?
Yeah, I would say just like the collaboration, like it's great to work together and two minds are always better than one. And I think that's important. And, with the entire team, collaboration is huge here. And I'm really
Mm-hmm.
enjoying that, learning things from Chris and he's learning things from me. And together, really, we can make everything happen.
Yep.
Yeah. This seems to
It's
be
true.
kind of the thing, Christy and I have talked about seems to be that, when people call that they can talk to either of the 2 of you and really get the answers. So it kind of makes it,
Mm-hmm.
nice for the clients that way. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah. And I really enjoyed meeting all the clients so far. Everyone is wonderful, and I wouldn't expect anything different working with Chris
I have
and
the
his
best
clients.
clients. Best
Who's
clients
your
in the whole world.
favorite client? Just
Oh.
name them. Who's your favorite
Oh,
client?
depends on the day, Matt. Depends on the day.
Ah, all right.
No,
It's the right client at the right time.
for
That's my
sure.
Gotcha.
favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Joanne, what would you say is your favorite part of working with clients? Because this is such a people business, and you talk to people every day. What do you like about that?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's helping them and making them feel like they have control and knowing that they're going to be okay at the end of the day. Working towards those goals through long lasting relationships and then being able to celebrate those goals and achievements with them is truly what makes me love this business.
See,
Yeah,
I
I get
picked
it.
right. I
You
picked
did
right.
pick. Chris, if I asked you that question, what would you say?
Ditto. No, I love
Now there you
people.
go.
Yeah, ditto. Um, very, very similar. Like
Yeah.
it's all about people. It's all about, you know, the relationship and knowing kind of all those nitty-gritty details, which, may come across as just chatting, but it's like, no, we're incorporating all this into our knowledge and making sure that, the recommendations that we make or the discussions we have are appropriate to that specific person. So it's
Yeah.
great. It's great. People are great.
Now that you two have been working together for 6 months and all, when you get started, you kind of have a bit of, you're kind of working the kinks out. You're trying to figure out how everybody works, and you're still building the system out and all. Now that you're 6 months into this, is there any kind of like surprises that you've been like, oh, I didn't realize, that, this is the way they work, or something you might have learned from each other that maybe you weren't expecting? I know you guys have known each other for a while, but maybe there's oh, wait a minute, I didn't realize that about the other person. Maybe that,
I have an answer for you.
Yeah, you go first. I'm a little afraid.
Drop the dirt, my friend. Drop the dirt.
So I think Joanne quickly realized that in the morning, I don't like talking very much.
I was actually going to bring up that point.
Do tell.
So we've been sharing an office because we're a little squeezed right now on space, but that's going to change soon. And so part of my routine is when I get in, it's a coffee and I'm reading either a book or, whatever I'm researching. And so there's usually about an hour that I have that it's like quiet. No one's in the office and I'm just sitting and reading, and it's the best thing. And Joanne's a bit of a quick start. She's a go-getter. She's on fire as soon as she walks in the door, and she's ready to go. And I'm the opposite.
That is a very true point. Without even taking my jacket off. I feel like sometimes things were said, you don't even have your jacket off, Joe.
Yeah. What about this? What about this? What about this? Whoa.
You need one of those coffee mugs that there's like some of those that are clear where there's the line of like, don't speak to me, don't speak to me. You can start talking to me where the line is. So that way she can see of where you are in your coffee. Like, okay, now I can speak to him. He's had that amount. So you can see that. All right. So before we get to the last question on paper, I have a little bit of a surprise for the two of you. This kind of leads perfectly into this. Actually, I did not put this in the questions there. So since the two of you technically are kind of, forming a new partnership, I thought I'd throw a little game at the two of you and do something, what I like to call the advisor newlywed game. Since the two of you are kind of partnering up, getting to know each other a little bit, I wanted to throw a couple questions at each other and see how well the two of you know each other yet or don't know each other yet. And maybe this could be a good opportunity for the two of you to learn a little bit about these things about each other that maybe you don't know. So I'm going to throw a couple questions out and let's see how well the two of you know each other. So first question I'm going to throw at the two of you is describe what you thought of each other in one word. So Joanne, in one word, when you first met Chris, describe what you thought about him in one word the first time you met him.
Kind.
Oh. That's very sweet. Chris, what would you say about Joanne?
Snappy.
Snappy quick, in what way?
Like in a great way. Like, she's on it. She's with it. She's
gotcha.
Snappy.
Okay. Gotcha. I like that. That's good. But that's also what you saw because you wanted to bring her on that way. That's a good trait to have for business. So I love that. If you had to guess between the two of you, who would you say is the better driver between the two of you?
The more cautious driver that's going to get us there safely, or the quickest driver? I don't really understand your question, Matt.
Yeah.
That's a really good
point.
Obviously
me. I'm the better driver. Come on.
Let's go with the...
maybe aggressive, but defensive at the same time.
But that's safe, though, too, because that's, that you can get safety still mixed in with that. Would you say that would be Chris, then?
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's an unfair question because I don't know that I've been in the car with Joanne when she's driving.
It's true.
I always drive when we're going to meetings. So
it's true.
Gotcha.
But I don't, Matt, know how to parallel park. So that has come up.
How did you pass your exam? The driver's test.
I tried really hard, and eventually they just, felt sorry for me because I do everything else perfectly. It's just not a skill that I have. So don't ask me to parallel park anywhere.
Are you saying it's easier to get driver's license in Beaumont than it is in Edmonton?
I actually got it in the city, so.
Oh, all right.
Between the two of you, who is more likely to cheat at a board game?
Totally.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of those unexpected things about Joe. I
would call it cheating, Matt. I would call it, if you don't lay out all the rules, and something falls outside of that, then that's not cheating. It's just thinking outside of the box. So I'd maybe
Gotcha.
rephrase that. I'm not a cheater. I follow the rules. I play by the game, but I think outside the box. So if you haven't covered something in the rules, I'm going to use it.
Okay. You're strategic that way. So
there we go.
I would reclassify that as aggressive. And maybe Joanne should talk about her soccer.
Not aggressive. I just love the game. And I love the game for sure.
She's that person that plays the board games. We all know that person that plays the games. She is that person. So
yeah.
Now, if the two of you had to do your go-to pizza order, would you know what each other's order would be? What you would want on toppings for your pizza?
Not a clue, but I'll guess.
Okay.
Certainly no sea products for Joanne. She does not like anything from the sea.
Yeah.
Okay. Shouldn't put sea products on a pizza anyway.
I'm gonna go pepperoni and mushroom.
Okay. I mean, depends on the day for me. Really. Could be vegetarian one day or Canadian, but my guess for you is pineapple, ham and pineapple.
I do love me a ham and pineapple.
Really?
But pepperoni and mushroom's my favorite.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, unless I'm going to Royal Pizza, then it's a Fred special, which is a pepperoni and mushroom and ham and pineapple. It's the best.
Love that.
Matt, what's your favorite pizza?
Pepperoni, sausage, and bacon between all three on there.
That's very Canadian.
Little meat lovers pizza. That's kind of how I like it. Albeit though, I date half vegetarian, so a lot of times it ends up just being green peppers and onions, which I absolutely love as well. So
ham, green pepper, and onions pretty good too.
Ooh, that's good too. I am
half on ham.
I am a pro pineapple on pizza guy though. I adore pineapple. So if there's pineapple on there, I will love that too. So
now we just lost 50% of our viewers. So now there's only 2 people.
I know. I'm sorry. And that's how I got fired. So if either of you won the lottery, what would be the first thing you buy? I know you should ask financial planners because I know you're going to be safe and smart about your money, but throw that out the window. If you had to be dumb and crazy about it, what would you buy?
So after we paid all the debts off and invested wisely?
And all of that. Yeah, and you paid off your car loan, your truck loan. Yes. You paid all
and
that
the beater
off.
car. Don't forget that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Joe?
Soccer team.
You'd buy a soccer team?
Yeah.
Okay, how much money are we winning here?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking like $1 million. I'm like, you're buying Beaumont soccer team.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, you buy, one thing, not spend all of your money, but okay, that's fine.
Okay.
The first thing you buy is you spend all of your money, but okay, great.
In the States, they've got the Powerball. So are we winning like 350 million or are we winning like 50 million? Canadian.
Let's say 50 million. Let's say you won 50 million. After everything's all said and done, you got 50 mil in the bank.
50 mil.
Yeah.
Joe?
You can still buy a soccer team, but you're not going to buy, it might be lower level professional at that point. So
I don't know. I really would like to leave some sort of legacy in soccer. Like I would like to run a tournament that's free for all the kids and all the adults and have something like that. I think that I would really throw a lot of money at that.
Nice.
That would be sweet. What is it with tell me about this love of soccer that you have?
I just grew up playing it. Still play with some of my best friends from the time like when we were kids. And I think it's just, the buy-in and like it's really my community, right? You play with these ladies, you see them on the street, you help them out. It's the full team buy-in. You're there all together working for one common goal. And I just can't imagine doing it, not playing.
Yeah. I love that. That's cool when you have that type of passion.
Yeah. And
Chris,
my kids are into it too. I'm playing with my daughter right now. So that's huge for me.
Oh, that's very, very sweet. I love that. It stays in the family that way. So, all right, Chris, you got 50 mil in the bank. What you buying?
I am buying a trip. I like an experience.
Okay.
For my family and maybe like my friends, like 20 of us. I don't know, 15 of us.
Nice.
That will have to include mountain biking and skiing.
Of course.
Yeah. Maybe some scuba diving in there too. So like all 3, like top of the mountain, bottom of the ocean. Yeah.
Gotcha. You're gonna get it all of the weathers,
Yeah.
all of the seasons, all
Yep.
of the outdoorsy stuff, all mixed in
Just bought a
within
plane,
that.
so I'm changing the weather now.
There you go. You got it all in there. I
Yeah,
love that.
50 million wouldn't get you a plane, unfortunately, but
You could
maybe
get
a
a plane.
fractional ownership.
You for sure
Yeah.
could get a plane with 50 million.
Yeah, you could get a plane. You can't get 20 people on there though, and you're not gonna,
No.
and that's just for the plane itself. You gotta, buy the fuel on top of that. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
See,
yeah. But
so if you had said that, this is 50 million after everything's paid and I've invested 300 million
mhm.
as paying a nice dividend, then I could afford a plane maybe.
Gotcha. No, I'm gonna go on Reddit and put this as a question, and we'll do it on the next podcast with that.
It would be funny. So I just won $350 million, $400 million.
Do I buy
I
a
have,
plane first
I,
after I pay my truck off? No, I take all my friends skiing. What do I do now? That would be great. We'll definitely put that on in there.
this is
All
what
right.
we talk about, Joe. This is what we talk about.
So before we wrap on up here, I know this was fun and all, but I'm curious between the two of you, is there any real client story? And Chris, I know I've never really asked you this before, and I thought this might be a good time to do this, like a client experience, a client story that you've had that really sticks with you, because this is, what you two is, it's something. It takes a lot, to deal with people every day and to work with families and to have to hear about their stories and to work with them to make, big things happen and to go through them when life happens and all. Is there a client or a client story that sticks to you that really stands out, that whether it means a lot to you or just really stands out to you as makes you go, I'm glad that I do this for a living?
I would have to say actually the more recent one would actually be a client that Chris and I share. And she's going through she has some health issues.
Mhm.
And she came to us and we helped her consolidate her assets, helped her plan her estate documents and kind of get those together with the help of a professional lawyer, of course. Worked with her accountant on tax planning. And she was just here a couple weeks ago and just you could just see the happiness in her eyes that she could sleep at night and she feels like no matter what happens to her, whenever her time is up, that she'll be taken care of. For me, that was really special and heartwarming and just makes me want to come into work every day even more and more.
How about you, Chris?
There's many gems. The common theme would be when, clients are opening up to you and they're telling you their deepest and darkest, or they're just having a really emotional time with something. Like, yeah, I mean, this woman, when I first met her that I'm thinking of, lost her brother, and it was raw, right? Raw for the whole family. And we bonded that day, right? Like, just that she told me everything and opened up to me, and it was a really heartfelt day, right? And so
Mhm.
experiences like that happen, not, I wouldn't say daily, but more often than you think. And I think that, speaks to Joanne and myself, that we like the relationships, right? Like the money is one side, but I think more importantly, it's the relationship, and it's, being there for our clients in times of need, right? Like when things are tough and they just need someone to lean on and talk about something, whether it has to do with money or not, right? And
Yeah.
and if we can help, we will. And yeah, it's a wonderful experience. Really, really wonderful.
I love that. And I think this has been a lot of fun, Joanne. It's been such a pleasure to meet you. And I know
Thanks for having
this
me.
is, I think, your first podcast, right?
My very first. Yeah.
You did such a great job. This was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun with it as well. And
Yeah.
we'll definitely get you on for future ones for sure. So don't worry about that.
Wonderful.
We'll have you on. And if you want to find out more about Chris and Joanne and learn more about the Fox Financial team, Joanne, where can they find you on the internet?
At foxfinancial.ca.
That's right. Go there and find out all that information. And you can also find the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all those places. Make sure you hit this, smash that like and subscribe button to make sure you get all the updates about new episodes and all of that. And also too, on foxfinancial.ca, we will be putting up some new resources to help you with your financial situation and to learn more about the financial and retirement world. We'll be telling you more about that here in the coming weeks, which will be exciting. So Joanne, thanks so much for joining us on the show. And, you are a member of the team. You are part of this podcast as well, but it's been fun having you and you did a great job. And we'll speak with you here on again soon.
Thanks for having me.
Nice work.
Awesome.
Trademarks owned by Investment Planning Council Incorporated and licensed to its subsidiary corporations. Investment Planning Council is a fully integrated wealth management company. Mutual funds available through IPC Investment Corporation and IPC Securities Corporation. Securities available through IPC Securities Corporation, a member of the Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Insurance products available through Chris Fox.